Hello everybody, my name is Sophie and welcome to my book nook. As you can see, I'm in a different position in my room than I usually am, and I have a very good reason for that. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different today. As most of you know, I am in college, and as most students right now, I am experiencing remote learning, and it's okay. It really doesn't matter to me, and that's because I was homeschooled most of my life, so I am uniquely prepared for remote learning. But I know a lot of my fellow students aren't, and so I wanted to share some tips on how to succeed at remote learning. And so I've created a bit of a presentation, and I'm going to show you all. So that's what we're going to do, so let's do that right now. So how, and is it even possible? Remote learning may be new to most in 2020, but it's not new to everyone. Online classes, virtual school, and homeschooling has been around for years. Lots of people have learned successfully in these environments, and you can too. It just takes some practice. I know it seems impossible. I totally understand. I have been there. It's stressful, it's difficult, especially when you're not used to it. But take a deep breath. I promise it's gonna be okay. First thing is first. You need to get into a sleep schedule. It doesn't even have to necessarily be a good sleep schedule. Just try and go to bed and get up at the same time every day. Even if you're going to bed at 2 a.m. and getting up at 10, it doesn't matter. It's still a sleep schedule, and it's going to help you to get into a schedule for the rest of your day as well. And if you can, try to get 8 hours, because the more sleep you get, the better you'll be able to focus and the better you'll do in school. Next, find a quiet place to study, if possible. I know it's not always possible. Living with family or friends, it can be difficult. So if you don't have your own space, make sure you communicate with those around you to let them know that you need some quiet time and to not be bothered so you can successfully study and do well in your classes. Invest in some headphones or earbuds. These don't have to be expensive. You don't need AirPods. If you have some, cool, but you don't need them. Stores like Five Below have decent headphones and earbuds for $5. You want these because they can help to tune out noise. It's especially useful if you live with other people. If you can, listen to instrumentals because it can help you to tune out everything else and focus while you're studying. I personally like to listen to the instrumental study playlist on Spotify, but if there's something else you'd rather listen to, that works too. Get a nice notebook and pens and pencils. Get things that you want to write and take notes with. Sometimes just a little bit nicer pen can make the difference between wanting to write and not wanting to write. I can attest to this fact as a writer. Speaking of notes, take notes in lectures, just as if you were in class. You'll need them later, especially if you're lucky enough to have a class that has open book tests. And again, take notes when reading the textbook, especially in a class without lectures. And in the midst of all this, get some fresh air too. Take a break, take a walk, or just sit on your porch if you have one. Getting outside and getting fresh air can actually help you to focus. It's also calming because more oxygen helps to lower your heart rate. And it can even help digestion. Do you have stress affecting your stomach? Fresh air might help with that too because the extra oxygen gets blood flowing, which can stimulate your stomach to digest that food better and faster. Utilize a planner. I cannot tell people about this enough. Get a planner. It doesn't even have to be an expensive planner. You can get a planner pretty much anywhere as long as it's got a place for you to write stuff from day to day. Spread out your studying and assignments so you know what needs to be done and not procrastinate. Figure out what needs to be done at the beginning of the week, find out what needs to be done by the end of the week, and spread it out. Don't overwhelm yourself by having to do everything at once. Writer's block? We all experience it. Maybe you have a paper due soon, but no matter how hard you try, you can't get any words typed out. Try a pen and paper. Sometimes the problem is a screen. Especially nowadays, we're spending more and more time in front of our computers. Grab some paper and write down your thoughts first. Now, type. You've gotten it all out of your head. All you gotta do is type it out and send it in. Lastly, remember to take breaks. Don't overwhelm yourself. Remote learning is going to be difficult, mostly because it's new. The longer you do it, the easier it's gonna get. Take breaks when you start feeling stressed, take some deep breaths, reevaluate if you need to, spread out your work a little bit more. You'll figure it out in time, I promise. And before you know it, classes will be over. So there you go. Those are a few tips for how to succeed at remote learning. This is weird times that we're living in, and it's weird learning from home, I know. And I hope that these tips might be able to help you a little bit. I'd love to hear from you guys, and I'd love to hear if you have any tips yourself that I didn't remember to share, and maybe you guys will teach me something, because I am always open to learning, as you guys know. And I'd love to hear from you. I love talking with y'all. I love hearing from you. I love talking to y'all, so make sure you give a comment. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like listening to me talk, or if you learned something, or if you're interested in books, movies, TV shows, unboxings, you should subscribe to my channel because this is what I do. And if you are not already, please follow me on Twitter at Sophie's Book Nook. In the event that I have to mark a video made for kids, you will need to be following me on there to be sure that you know that I made a video. And I think that is it, so I will see you guys next time. Bye!